Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for between the hosting Belmont Watertown Co-op and visiting Brookline. Now, for any of you trying to watch live, I do apologize for the rough quality of the stream. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi connection out here is not great, so the live stream quality is probably also not going to be great, but as always, I am recording this while live streaming it, and I will upload the fully recorded version of this broadcast later tonight after the game is over. In the meantime, I hope you get as much from this stream as you can, and look forward to the better quality live stream later on tonight. Starting honestly not too much later than our originally scheduled 7 p.m. time. There are a whole bunch of soccer camps going on around the outfield out here at Victory Field that was keeping us from starting on time. But, you know, looks like we're... So here we go. We begin the top of the first inning, leading off for Brookline, the second baseman, number 5, Keenan. 5 pitches, he walks down to first, and he's got to be thinking, man, not again. For those of you who watched the live stream of yesterday's scrimmage game against Haverhill, you know that Sawada got plunked twice yesterday. It might not technically count towards his season stats since that was a scrimmage that was played after Haverhill had to forfeit that game after only 7 of their players showed up. But still, it hurts the same either way. So Sawada gets beamed for the 3rd time in 2 days, and Brookline gets a leadoff runner aboard. Now batting, the catcher Doctor off. First pitch in the zone, strike 1. Attempted pickoff throw, but Sawada dives back safe. You can see Dr. Off's stats for this Summer Lou Tompkins season so far on the bottom of your screen. 4 for 9, 1 double, 2 walks, 3 steals, 3 runs, and 3 RBI. That pitch hits the outside corner for a strike, but Sawada easily steals second base. 0-2 now the count to Dr. Off, with a runner now in scoring position. And that one curves into the high inside corner for strike 3. Good placement by number 5 of Belmont Watertown, painting the corners. Goes outside corner for strike 2 and inside corner for strike 3. And that gets the first out. That one going to miss to the outside. Ball 1 at the plate for Brookline now is the first baseman, number 27, Elias Brendel. Sawada taking off for third. It's again outside for a ball, and Sawada takes third uncontested, no throw. So Sawada with the speed on the base paths goes from first to third. And that's going to be an outside ball 3. 3-0 the count to Brendel, who ranks among the top in RBI for Brookline so far this summer. And he's just going to take a 4-pitch walk and trot down to first. So runners at the corners now as up comes the extra hitter, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. Brendel takes off for second. Catches the high inside corner for strike 1. Brendel takes second unopposed. Runners at second and third now. 0-1 the count to Rosenblatt. That one comes in high for ball 1. Rosenblatt happy to be back in the Brookline batting order after he kind of had to be loaned out to Haverhill for yesterday's. Swing and a miss there, strike two. 1-2 the count to Rosenblatt now. Sawada at third, Brendel at second. One out here in the top of the first. That one skips in the turf, ball two. Brief pause. Now we're set to go. And that one curves in again. Works that curveball to the inside once again for his second strikeout of the inning. Two down now. Up comes the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. That one's going to be outside for ball one. That one misses to the outside, ball two. Hoffman so far this summer 2 for 10 with 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 2 steals, 2 runs, and 1 RBI. He could add another RBI or 2 here if he can get a base hit. That one catches the inside corner, strike one. That one down the middle, strike two. And good defensive swing by Hoffman there. Chases the pitch to the outside, but gets a piece of it and stays alive at 2-2. Belmont, Watertown trying to get out of the jam. Brookline trying to be the first on the board. Runners at second and third, 2 down. And that one outside, ball three. That one just high, ball four. Hoffman battles his way to a free pass. And now with the bases loaded and 2 down, high pressure situation right from the jump here on the top of the first. Yeah. Takes a step off the rubber. That one gonna miss to the outside, ball two. The Belmont Watertown pitcher's got to be careful. No room to give up any free passes here. That would put a run on the board. Pickoff throw to second, and just barely Brendel gets back safe. Almost ended the inning right there, but Brookline's still fighting here on the top of the first. Klein skies one, going to stay in the infield, and it's tracked by the shortstop for out number 3. So Brookline threatens but cannot score. We move to the bottom of the first with 2 goose eggs on the board. Brookline takes the field. Brookline coming into this contest with a 6-1 record, hanging around the top of the 18 and under division in the Lou Tompkins League. Belmont Watertown comes in with a record of 3-5. But record coming in doesn't mean a thing. It's all about what do you do in the game at hand. And for Brookline, this game at hand is going to be relying upon the arm of someone who has not pitched for them yet this summer. Number 16, Noah Klein, starting on the mound. For Brookline, the lineup today, as we saw a part of it in the first inning, Keenan Sawada at second base, Ben Doctoroff at catcher, Elias Brendel first base, Ben Rosenblatt extra hitter, Owen Hoffman center field, Noah Klein pitcher, Ellis Martino left field, Caden Sheehan shortstop, Ben Cody third base, Max Kaufman right field. Although looking at out there in the field right now, I see Max Kaufman is actually in center field and Keenan Sawada is in right field. And so Elias Brendel might be a DH today. All right, first batter up for Belmont Watertown, no jersey number. And that one catches the high inside corner, strike one. The home plate umpire today appears to be favoring the high inside corner for righty hitters. As this one is fouled to the backstop for strike two. And fouls that one, stays alive. A good breaking ball from Klein, breaking into the zone, but leadoff hitter for Belmont Watertown did a good job getting a piece of it. That one outside, ball one. That one did not break the way Klein wanted it to. Just seemed to kind of slip off his hand, so it comes in way outside, ball two. Goes fastball low for strike three. Noah Klein gets the first batter he faces swinging. And now up is the pitcher, number 5. Swing and a miss there, strike one. That ball didn't break as much as number 5, I think, expected it to as it came in around that high inside corner. Swing and a miss there on the fastball, strike two. And another fastball for strike three. That low fastball appears to be Noah Klein's go-to strikeout pitch to start this game as he opens with back-to-back Ks. Now batting for Belmont Watertown is number 35. That one's coming high and inside for ball one. This one's lifted deep out to right. Sawada on his horse, tracking it in foul territory. It bounces just out of play. Keenan Sawada, usually an infielder, showing why Brookline trusted to put him in a unusual spot out there in right field as he got on his horse for that one, but it was ultimately unplayable. That curveball hangs on Klein and comes in way outside, ball 2. 2-1, the count to number 35. Fastball, he hits it right to center, and it's caught by, no, Kaufman dropped it. Came right towards his chest, and he just didn't have the right turn of his glove for it, drops it, and number 35 reaches on the E8. So a runner at first now with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. That one is going to miss, low and in, ball 1. We'll see if Belmont Watertown can take advantage of Brookline's fielding mistake there. And it's a grounder right back to Klein, and he stabs at it, throws to first for an easy 1-3 ground out to end the inning. Good pitching from Noah Klein to start this game, as he gets number 14 of Belmont Watertown to ground out to end the inning. For Brookline, due up will be their 7, 8, 9 hitters, Martino, Sheehan, and Cody. It's been a wild and weird week for Brookline so far. They started off with that road game against Cambridge, where they faced some high gusting winds, some distant lightning strikes that threatened to potentially end the game, but the Storms stayed far away enough they were able to continue and play a full 7, and it was a good break for Brookline as they managed to come back from a 1-0 deficit and get a 2-1 win off of a passed ball and a steal of home on the exchange between catcher and pitcher. And they ultimately left 17 Cambridge runners stranded on the bases throughout that game on a day where the Brookline pitchers heavily struggled with control, 12 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and yet still they came away with a 2-1 win. Then, of course, yesterday they got the forfeit win against Haverhill, as Haverhill only had 7 players showed up, not enough for a full roster. They played a scrimmage, and Brookline won the scrimmage, although I think I was the only one who kept score. They played for 5 innings, and Brookline won 13-1, although that score doesn't technically count for anything. They got the win either way. And now here they are, battling Belmont Watertown. First pitch to Ellis. Martino is outside, ball 1. Martino still hoping to break out of a bit of a slump here. Got to double his first at bat of the summer, and since then still looking for his second hit of the summer. 1 for 14 with that double, 1 walk, 1 steal, 3 runs scored, and 1 RBI, and he's currently staring down a 2-0 count. That's another one to the outside, ball 3. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk as that one comes in high. So Martino doesn't quite get another hit, but he does get on base. And I think he's pretty satisfied with that. Coach coming out to talk to the pitcher now. So we'll see if they were able to recenter him there. A tough start to the inning with a 4-pitch walk, but now coming up for Brookline, the shortstop, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. Pickoff throw to first, and Martino dives back safe. Sheehan getting his first plate appearances earlier this week after he just played the field exclusively to start the season. That's a high ball 1. Throw back to first. Martino dives back safe. Sheehan went 0 for 2 against Cambridge. He did get some hits against Haverhill yesterday, but that was a scrimmage, so they technically don't count. So technically still working for his first hit of the season. Ball comes in outside. Throw was in time, but could not be collected by the second baseman for the tag, and Martino slides in safe. You know, the throw wasn't too badly placed by number 32, the catcher. It was just very close to the runner itself, so it would have to have been snagged perfectly by the second baseman, as that one curves in for strike 1. So Martino stands second after stealing, and Mayfield-Sheehan now staring down a 2-1 count. Pickoff throw to second, and Martino dives back safe. Nice pickoff move again, but again, Brookline just barely avoids it. That one catches the outside corner, strike. Oh, I lost track of the count. That was strike 3. My mistake there. Now batting for Brookline, the third baseman, number 2, Ben Cody. That one drops into the zone, strike 1. Cody so far this summer 1 for 8 with a walk, a run scored, and 2 RBI. As that one misses high and away, ball 1. Martino stands at second with 1 down here on the top of the second. No score yet in this ball game. Another pickoff move. Not as hard of a throw. That was a more of a keep the runner honest kind of throw. Not necessarily looking to get the guy out. That's going to be a high ball 2. That one catches the outside corner, strike 2. That one drops in the turf, ball 3. Full count now to Cody. And that's high and outside, ball 4. That's the 5th free pass issued by the Belmont Watertown pitcher so far, but no hits by the Brookline batters yet. With runners at first and second, up comes the center fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. Shows bunt, lays it down, scooped up by the pitcher, thrown to first, and the sac bunt will move the runners. So runners at second and third now, but 2 outs in the inning. Interesting call to go for the sac bunt with less outs to give. Now up comes the first baseman, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. He takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Rosenblatt looking for his first hit of the summer. He's 0 for 5 so far with a steal and a run. That one high and in, ball 2. That curveball hangs outside, ball 3. 3-0 hitters count to Rosenblatt here. And that's going to be another 4-pitch walk. And see, that can sometimes be the problem with going for a sac bunt, because, like, the walk would have moved the batters anyhow. And so it might have been better to try and swing there. But either way, bases loaded for the second straight inning for Brookline. But again, only 1 out left as we cycle back to the top of the order. And the first pitch is going to come in high, as up now is the right fielder, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Sawada was hit by a pitch his last time up. Takes one outside, ball 2. No bases to give. A free pass would bring in a run, as that one comes in high for ball 3. Number 5 having a little trouble getting his pitches down. A lot of them coming in high. 3-0 the count. Pickoff attempt at second. And again, the runner dives back safe. Martino at third, Cody at second, Adam Rosenblatt at first. 3-0 the count to Sawada, 2 down in the top of the second. And that one comes right down Broadway for strike 1. Sawada taking all the way there. 3-1 now the count. And it comes in high for ball 4. So Brookline gets their first run on a bases-loaded walk. Martino comes in for the game's first run. And now up comes the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. That one curves into the zone nicely, strike 1. And I think that's the curve that number 5 has been looking for all inning. A lot of his pitches just hanging high on him. Fastball scooped up off the turf by number 32. Good block there to save a potential run. Although not a huge distance between home plate and the backstop here at Victory Field, but still prevents the threat. That one hangs on him and comes in high, ball 2. 2-1 the count to Doctoroff. Third, Adam Rosenblatt at second, Sawada at first. Doctoroff at the plate with 2 down here on the top of the second, hoping to add to Brookline's lead. Outside for a ball. Number 32 fakes the throw, keeps the runners honest. A 3-1 count to Doctoroff, just 1 ball away from another bases-loaded walk that would bring in another run for Brookline. Doctoroff chases it high, and that was strike 3. I guess one of those balls was a strike. It looked like even some of the infielders were as confused as I was. But okay, a couple of at-bats this inning where I lost track of the count. Maybe the ump's just signaling later than I'm looking for. Either way, we move to the bottom of the second. Brookline leaves the bases loaded again, but this time they get 1 run on the board off a bases-loaded walk. Our score 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Brookline's certainly glad to be on the mound from Noah Klein so far, as they're going to be in desperate need of some arms over the course of this week. This is day 3 of 8 straight days of playing baseball for this Brookline team, as they'll be competing in the Summer Classic tournament at the New England Baseball Complex in Northborough over this weekend. This is their third Lou Tompkins game this week, 3 days in a row. And they play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then back to Lou Tompkins play on Monday and Tuesday. First pitch from Klein outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss there, strike 1. Catcher number 32 at the plate for Belmont Watertown. Slices that one foul and out of play. That'll be strike 2. 1-2 the count. That one fouled to the backstop, stays alive. That one bounces in the turf, ball 2. And that's going to be high and away, ball 3. So a full count to number 32, the count matching his jersey number, as it were. And a brief timeout called. And that's going to be a high ball. Again, a bit of brief confusion over the count. But it is, in fact, ball 4. Now batting is number 36. Pickoff throw at first. 32 gets back. Noah Klein is a lefty thrower, which gives him an advantage on potential pickoff throws at first. So number 32 not taking a big lead off first base, as this one fouled to the backstop for strike 1. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2, and you can't see from this camera angle, but number 32 jumping back to first, even though that wasn't a pickoff move. That's just the threat of a lefty pitcher as Klein gets strike 3. Number 36 goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. Now batting is the second baseman, number 25. First pitch in there, strike. Runner taking off, and they got him on the pickoff, but can they get the throw to second in time? No, he slides around the tag and is safe. A good jump by number 32 on the base paths. And he committed to his run to second, even when it looked like he might have gotten picked off. And that's a foul, take 2 to number 25. And I mean, that's the thing about the pickoff move that can potentially make things harder, is if you notice the runner is stealing, you can, as a lefty, start to make a move to first without committing a balk because you're already facing in that direction. You're already facing in that direction. As that one's fouled off to the backstop to keep 25 alive. You make that throw to first. You have to make the throw to first, otherwise it's going to be a balk. You know, once you notice and start like hesitating because of that runner taking off. So you have to throw to first, can't throw to second. As 25 hits a grounder over to short, fielded by Sheehan, thrown to first, and they pulled Rosenblatt off the bag. And 25 will reach on the E6. Sheehan had to charge in to get that slow bouncing grounder, and he didn't quite snag it cleanly in his glove. Was half in his glove, half out of it. So, you know, not as natural an exchange, and his throw comes in wide, and Rosenblatt can't stay on the bag. First pitch comes in high and in for ball one. At the plate for Belmont, Watertown is the first baseman, number 1. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Runner taking off for second. Inside ball, they throw down to second, and they got him in time. And the runner at third did not take off for home. I'm not sure if there was some kind of confusion about what the plan was there on the base paths. Usually when a runner goes for second, you've got a runner at third. If the defensive team decides to commit to throwing down to second, that should be an opportunity for the leading runner to go home, but he decided to hold that time. Number 1 fouls the pitch to the backstop for strike 1. Count is 2-1. I mean, regardless, a nice throwdown by Ben Doctoroff to catch the runner, as that pitch is going to be high and in for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. And he goes around on that one. And that'll be strike 2. That one was coming inside, and number 1 just couldn't hold back his swing. And now it's a full count. That one's going to bounce on the turf for ball 4. Number 1 gets a free pass. And we're back to runners at the corners. As up comes, I believe, the third baseman, number 12. First pitch hits one. It's a hard bouncer, goes off the glove of Cody, and he can't recover it in time, and a run is going to come in. A hard hit ball there. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a single on that. That was a well-hit ball by number 12. If it's a single, he gets an RBI as number 32 comes in to score. First pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. As now at the plate for Belmont Watertown is number 3. That one inside, ball 2, throw down to second, and the throw comes in wide, and the runner slides around it to stay alive. Number 1 took a big jump off the bag, almost got caught by Doctoroff, but the throw comes in wide, unable to make the tag. And Doctoroff was thinking about another throw there as that pitch came in for a strike, but this time none of the middle infielders were there to cover it. That one's a foul tip for strike 2. Doctoroff might have caught that ball in the fingers, and so he's kind of walking off the sting of that. So the count now 2-2 to number 3. Runners at first and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. We're tied at 1 apiece. And reaches out, hits a pop-up. It's going to drop, and Cody can't grab it, and it's an infield single. No balls have left the infield, but Belmont Watertown still finding ways to get on base, as that one was just kind of dropped into a shallow part of the infield and just kind of died there. Bases now loaded off the infield single. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one to number 13. That one's going to be outside, ball one. And chase another one high, strike two. 1-2 the count. Bases loaded, two down here in the bottom of the second. That one just high, ball two. And swing and a miss. Chased it inside, strike three. And that will end the second inning. Through two here at Victory Field, we have a tie score. Brookline 1, Belmont Watertown 1. We move now to the top of the third inning. Two up for Brookline will be their 3, 4, 5 hitters. Brendel, Ben Rosenblatt, and Hoffman. Honestly, I'm seeing some folks in the live chat, and I honestly cannot believe you that you guys are watching this with how rough the Wi-Fi has been. But I appreciate you guys for that. Barbara Joe Metzger in the live chat saying go Brookline from Grandma and Uncle Mike in Buffalo, New York. Greg Hoffman saying go Brookline. And Uncle Peter out in Denver saying, hi, Jesse. The video pauses regularly every second, but it's okay. I'll just blink slower. Go Brookline, go K-Man. I appreciate you guys, and don't worry. The video you're looking for will be uploaded later tonight. I am recording this at the same time that I am streaming it, as I always do. And I have those recordings for these exact type of situations. 'Cause, some places just don't have a good connection. And that just is what it is. Got a defensive change for Belmont Watertown now, number 36 at first base, as number 1 is taking over on the mound in place of number 5. So now batting for Brookline, an extra hitter, number 27, Elias Brendel. First pitch, and he loops it out to left center. That's going straight through the gap, and that's going for extra bases. Brendel racing down to second, comes in with a stand-up double to lead off the inning. So Brendel quickly gets into scoring position for the Brookline offense. Now batting an extra hitter, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. Takes the first pitch high and away for ball one. That double from Brendel, the first hit of the ball game for Brookline. As that one comes low and away for ball two to Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt, his last time up, went down on strikes against number 5. Now swung and missed. That wasn't a foul ball. That just got away. Wild pitch. Will be strike one, but Brendel gets to move down to third. Brendel, the potential go-ahead run, standing at third. That one is going to miss high and away for ball 3. And Rosenblatt hits one through the left gap into left field. An RBI single for Ben Rosenblatt as Brendel trots home. Let's check out a replay of that one. Just good, clean contact for Ben Rosenblatt as he collects his first hit of the summer with an RBI single to left. And now an attempted pickoff throw. The throw gets away as it bounces off Rosenblatt's body, but doesn't bounce far enough for him to advance to second. And, oh, Rosenblatt sitting down. As the throwback did hit him. Looks like he's back on his feet and okay. The pitch itself was a ball to the Brookline second baseman, number 15, Owen Hoffman. So a 1-0 count to Hoffman with a runner at first here in the top of the third. Brookline leading 2-1. That one comes in high and away, ball 2. That one going to be outside as well, ball 3. So a hitter's count for Hoffman here at 3-0. Pickoff attempt at first, and Rosenblatt dives back safe. And we got a balk. Balk committed by number 1. Might have been a bit of a forced error, as it looked like Ben Rosenblatt was dancing off the bag at first. Might have caused him to hesitate a little. The pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1. Rosenblatt now standing at second after the balk. 3-1 the count. And that's going to miss outside, ball 4. Owen Hoffman with his second straight walk of the day as he trots down to first. Now batting the pitcher, number 16, Noah Klein. Shows bunt, but whiffs on the bunt for strike 1. Last time up, Klein popped out to short to end Brookline's first inning rally. That throw got away from number 1. He appeared to lose his balance throwing that pitch, and it comes in way outside for ball 1. Another brief pause as Ben Rosenblatt has to redo his laces again. Shows bunt again, and he pops it up the third base line. Very well placed. No chance to get him. A bunt single for Noah Klein. Perfect placement by Noah Klein. With the runner going from second to third, the third baseman was covering the third base bag for the lead runner. And it was so far up the third base side that there was no chance for the pitcher to catch Klein at first. Beautiful execution on the bunt there. Loads the bases with nobody out. Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Couple of outside pitches to start the at-bat, 2-0 the count. Martino, his last time up, drew a walk and came in to score later on a bases-loaded walk. Takes ball 3 there, and he might get a bases-loaded walk of his own here with a 3-0 count and the bases juiced. Brookline trying to add to what is currently a 1-run lead. And that's what they're going to do, a 4-pitch walk for Ellis Martino. Second bases-loaded walk of the day for Brookline. Ben Rosenblatt trots home, and Brookline is up 2. Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. That throw almost got away, but well covered by number 32 behind the plate, and that'll simply be ball 1. Coach coming out to talk to his pitcher. Going to try and settle him down, get him back in the strike zone. It's been a tough day control-wise for the Belmont Watertown pitchers. They have allowed so far 9 free passes, 8 walks, 1 hit by pitch through the first 2+ innings. That one tipped off the face mask for strike 1. 1-1 now the count to Sheehan. Last time up, Sheehan went down on strikes. He's hoping to do some damage here with the bases loaded. That one outside for a ball. Throw back to third, and Hoffman gets back safe. A little awkward, but he does get back safe. Believe ball 2. Sheehan hits a hard one off the body of the shortstop, bouncing around the infield, and they couldn't complete a play anywhere, and a run comes in. That's another one of those plays that I'm going to have to go back and check Game Changer later to see whether they scored it as an error or a single. It was a hard hit ball, and the shortstop was pulled in, so it wasn't necessarily an easy play, but it still looked a very doable play as it was right at him. And the second baseman looked like he had a chance to recover it and make a play at first, but he bobbled the ball on the exchange. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was ruled an error. But either way, Owen Hoffman to score on that play. Brookline takes a 4-1 lead, and we got a pitching substitution for Belmont Watertown as number 17 is going to take over on the mound for number 1. Brookline has really started to open things up here in the top of the third. It started with that double to left center by Elias Brendel, went to third on a wild pitch and then came in to score as Ben Rosenblatt got his first hit of the Lou Tompkins season with a single through the left gap to drive in Brendel. Owen Hoffman drew a walk. Noah Klein got a bunt single that loaded the bases. Walk to bring in Rosenblatt. And then Caden Sheehan hit a hard one that bounced off the body of the shortstop, allowed everyone to reach safely and another run to come in. And now with a new pitcher on the mound, stepping into the box, the third baseman, number 2, Ben Cody. First pitch, Cody hits a grounder over to short, fielded cleanly, throws for home. They get the force at home. They can't get the force at first, but they get the fielder's choice at home for the first out. And that might have been what things would have looked like on Caden Sheehan's hit if the shortstop had been able to field that hard grounder. Now at the plate, the center fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. Bases still loaded, but one out now. 1-0 is the count. That one going to hang and come in outside for ball 2. A throw down to third, but Martino dives back safe. Noah Klein was thrown out at home on that fielder's choice. That one high and away, ball 3. Max Kaufman, 1 ball away from another bases-loaded walk. And it is another bases-loaded walk as it comes in high. The third bases-loaded walk of the day for Brookline, second of this inning. And Kaufman gets his second RBI of the season on his second bases-loaded walk of the season. First pitch now in there, strike 1 at the plate. The first baseman, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. His last time up, he drew a walk. Lifts one foul down the left field side, strike 2. So Martino came in to score on the bases-loaded walk by Kaufman. So now Sheehan at third, Cody at second, Kaufman at first. 0-2 the count to Rosenblatt. That one hangs, comes in high and away, ball 1. And that's going to be a high ball 2. And Rosenblatt lifts one out to left center. Center fielder on his horse chases it down for the out. Runner tags, and Caden Sheehan is going to come home on the sac fly. Throw down to third to try and catch the other runners advancing. They cannot. That will be the second out of the inning, but Adam Rosenblatt brings in another run on a sac fly to center. Caden Sheehan in to score. 6-1 lead for Brookline. And now at the plate, the right fielder, number 5, Keenan Sawada, as he fouls one over the backstop for strike 1. So it's now Cody at third, Kaufman at second, 2 down here in the top of the third inning. That one catches the inside corner, strike 2. And Sawada hits a hard grounder to third, fielded cleanly, thrown to first. And he manages to get his foot on the bag. If not on the grab, then on the recovery. And that will end the top of the third. Brookline hangs 5 runs on the board in the third frame. We move to the bottom of the third. Brookline 6, Belmont, Watertown 1. 2 bases loaded walks, a sac fly, and 1 play. That is what brings the runs home for Brookline in that inning. Noah Klein back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work, and he's now got a 5-run cushion to work with. Leading off for Belmont, Watertown in the bottom of the 3rd appears to be number 10. First pitch, he hits a slow bouncer to second, fielded by Hoffman, thrown to first, and that will be out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. You know, Klein's happy to get that. And now now we cycle around to the top of the Belmont Watertown order as they begin their second trip through the order with the shortstop in the gray shirt. First pitch, he fouls it off, first base side, strike 1. That one catches the outside corner, strike 2. And check swing foul goes up the first base line, and gray shirt stays alive at 0-2. That one skips in the turf for ball 1. That one outside, ball 2. That one just high, good check swing by gray shirt, ball 3. 3-2 the count. And he skies this one deep out to left center. Outfielders going back, and Kaufman under it for out number 2. Might be the most powerfully hit ball we've had so far today, but not far enough. And it'll be the second out of the inning. Now batting is number 5. First pitch swung on a missed, strike 1. Swing and a miss, chases it to the inside corner, strike 2. Noah Klein working that inside corner against the lefty hitter, number 5. And doesn't bite on the low fastball this time. That was the pitch that got him out on strikes his last time up. But this time it's ball 1. But that one is strike three as he gets him on the high heat. And Klein puts the Belmont Watertown batters down in order in the third. Through three, the score, Brookline 6, Belmont Watertown 1. Due up for Brookline in the top of the fourth will be the 2-3-4 hitters, Doctoroff, Brendel, and Ben Rosenblatt. The latter two guaranteed to see the plate for the second inning in a row after Brendel led off the last inning. Number 17 back on the mound for another inning of relief work for Belmont Watertown. The third pitcher of the day for Belmont Watertown. Technically, no runs allowed on his mark, though he did allow 2 inherited runners to score after taking over for number 1, who is currently the pitcher potentially on record for the loss, as Brookline's go-ahead run was scored last inning with number 1 on the mound. Leading off here in the top of the fourth inning, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. First pitch. I couldn't tell if that was called a ball or a strike, as Doctoroff lifts that one foul and out of play. I think the count's 1-1, but I'm not entirely sure. Doctoroff hits one foul up the third base line, strike 2. And actually, I think it's 0-2. I think that first pitch was a strike. That one does not curve enough, and Doctoroff doesn't bite on it. High ball 1. And he fouls this one into the backstop. Stays alive at 1-2. Doctoroff hits a grounder over to short, fielded cleanly, long throw to first, scooped off the turf for out number 1. Number 25 with a good long throw there from shortstop, and number 36 at first base scooped it off the turf for the 6-3 groundout. Now batting an extra hitter, number 27, Elias Brendel, as he takes strike 1. That's going to be a high ball 1. Brendel so far today 1 for 1 with a double and a walk and 1 run scored as he takes high ball 2 there. And fouls that one over the netting. Strike 2. Ooh, that one hits him, and Brendel gets a free pass to first. Second hit by pitch of the day for Brookline. Now 1 out and a runner on for an extra hitter, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt 1 for 2 so far today with an RBI single, a run scored, and a strikeout, as that attempted pickoff move does not catch Brendel. He dives back safe. That one curves into the zone nicely, strike one. Brendel takes off, high inside ball, and the catcher's throw goes right back to the body of the pitcher. Not enough height on that one. And Brendel will take second. Counts either 1-1 or 0-2. I didn't see a signal from the ump, but sometimes he doesn't signal and just audibly says strike. And indeed, that was strike two, because now Rosenblatt is running to first after a dropped strike three, and he's thrown out there for out number 2. So 2 down with a runner at second, and now up comes the second baseman, number 15, Owen Hoffman. And I think that one was called strike. Catcher was checking on Brendel, but ultimately does not throw. So I believe the count is 0-1. And Hoffman fouls that one into the netting for what I believe is strike 2. Hoffman 0 for 0 so far today with 2 walks and 1 run scored. Brendel taking off for third. Hoffman lifts it deep out to right. Right fielder chasing it out of his reach. Extra bases. Brendel trots home. Hoffman racing down to second, and he's going to hold at second with an RBI double. This one looked like it might be an inning-ending flyout, but right fielder just barely could not tell just how far down the line it was going to bounce. As now Noah Klein hits a weird bouncer, shallow infield, shortstop charges in and makes the play. Number 25 coming all the way across the infield from his shortstop position to really what was his position before at second base. In a way, that is, I mean, it's not often you're going to mark a ground ball to the right side of the infield as a 6-3 ground out, but that's what we got there. Good hustle by number 25 to end the inning, but Brookline does tack another run on the board off the RBI double from Owen Hoffman. Our score moving to the bottom of the fourth, Brookline 7, Belmont Watertown 1. It's going to be the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Belmont Watertown, numbers 35, 14, and 32. As we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound taking over for Noah Klein here in the 4th inning. And that will be number 18, Ben Rosenblatt, whose stats you can see here on your screen. He has made one previous relief appearance, pitched 2 1/3 innings of relief, all the way back in the season opener against Newton, lasted 2 1/3. That was a bad defensive game for both teams in that one, which is why Rosenblatt came out of that one with an ERA of 6 and a WHIP of 1.71. So Klein pitches 3 innings depending on how they score the batted ball that brought in Belmont Watertown's run with 1 or 0 earned run. At the very least, 1 run was allowed. Pretty solid outing for his first pitching appearance of the summer. Brookline probably hoping to not overwork any of their arms, you know, just have a couple different guys. So a lot of position shifting around for Belmont Water. Now leading off here in the top of the 5th, the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Pitch, and he laces one opposite field for a leadoff single. Ellis Martino finally getting that base hit that has eluded him as he gets his second hit of. Runner at stop, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. First pitch almost hits him inside ball 1. And Martino takes it. Was just perplexed in how that was. He almost spiked it into the ground there. Sheehan hits a hard grounder to short. Shortstop fields it. Thought about going to third, but has to go to first for potentially going after the lead runner. And so they just had to settle for getting the batter. The third baseman, number 2, Ben Cody. Baseman number 2, Ben Cody. First pitch high, ball 1. Right, ball 1. Runner in the top of the 5th. Ball 2. And that one's a high, ball 3. And Cody lifts one foul and out of play for. I must have the count wrong if he was swinging at that. Maybe it's 2-2. I'm not sure. Nope, that was a 3-ball count. And Cody draws the free pass. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Up comes the center fielder. Number 42, Max Kaufman. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Kaufman takes a low ball, throw back to first, could not be collected cleanly for the tag. Kaufman so far today 0 for 0 with a sac bunt and a bases loaded walk. Runner taking off for second. It's a high ball, throw down to second. Was pulled in by number 25, but on the wrong side of the bag, not able to make the tag. And Cody successfully steals second. Second and third now, as Martino, the lead runner, held at third. That one gets away. Martino taking off now, and he slides in safe on the passed ball. Eight to 1. Now the lead for Brookline. Third, 3-1 the count to Kaufman. Kaufman, it's a grounder right back to the pitcher, bobbles it a bit, but recovers and throws to first for out number 2. So 2 down now. Runner still at third. Up comes the, well, now an extra hitter, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt, as he takes strike 1 there. That one inside, ball 1. And Rosenblatt hits a high hopper over to third, and a long throw to first misses, and Rosenblatt reaches on the error. Cody coming in to score. And another run on the board for Brookline off the E5. Now back to the top of the 5, Keenan Sawada as he takes high ball 1 there. Rosenblatt at second with 2 down in the top of the 5th. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1. Sawada, his last time up, grounded out to third to end the 3rd inning. Before that, got an RBI base-loaded walk. And now he gets plunked for the second time today. And is I was literally thinking to myself, what was it that happened to him that in his first plate appearance, and then it just repeated itself right as I was thinking it. So Sawada with his 3rd free pass of the day. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and 2 hit by pitches. Now batting the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. He almost gets hit. And that'll be ball 1. Doctoroff, his last time up, grounded out to short to lead off the top of the 4th. As it takes strike 1 there. Currently has Adam Rosenblatt at second and Sawada at first. That one's going to miss high for ball 2. Doctoroff 0 for 3 so far today. Struck out his first 2 times up, then grounded out. Now fouls that one into the netting, strike 2. And Doctoroff hits a high bouncer up the middle over the pitcher. Shortstop charging in, picks it up, throws to first, not in time, and the throw gets away. Another run comes in for Brookline as Adam Rosenblatt trots home. Brookline's got double digits. I think we could call that an infield single for Doctoroff. I think even without the throwing, he makes it in time, but the run only scores on the throwing error. So those are my fellow stat-keeping nerds out there. I think that is how I would score it. And we're going to have a courtesy runner come in, and it's going to be number 4, Finn Collins. You can see him over there at first. That one's going to be an inside ball 1. At the plate An extra hitter, number 27, Elias Brendel. That one, 2. Throw back to first. Collins dives back, making his first appearance for this Brookline team in this summer season as a courtesy runner. That's going to be a high ball 3 to Brendel. Collins yesterday had to be kind of a mercenary and play on Haverhill's team as they were short a couple players for that scrimmage. That one down Broadway, strike 1. 3-1, the count to Brendel. And got jammed inside, fouls it into the backstop. Full count. Brendel so far 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, and a hit by pitch. That one catches the outside corner. Brendel thought he had the walk, but he is out, and that will end the top of the 5th. We move to the bottom half of the inning, and Belmont, Watertown 1. During this break in the middle of the 5th inning, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the food pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help the Brookline Food Pantry to feed your community. Once again, brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And as always, you can find that same information in the description section of the video down below. Due up for Belmont, Watertown will be numbers 25, 1, and 12. As Ben Rosenblatt takes the mound again for his second inning of relief work. Took over for Noah Klein in the bottom of the 4th. That's going to be a low ball 1 to number 25. And this one's a hopper over to short, fielded by Sheehan, thrown to first, and that will be out number 1. Efficient out to start the inning. And now batting in place of number 1 will be number 17. And he gets hit on the first pitch he sees. That pitch just completely got away from Rosenblatt. And a runner on now for Belmont Watertown as up comes number 12. This one a hard grounder. Diving snag by Klein. Tags first, throws to second. Could not get the tag at second, but does get the second out at first. Nice play by Noah Klein. Let's check it out again. Diving snag right near the base, so close to taking a weird ricochet. Could have turned that possibly an extra base hit. Instead, simply a ground out. Number 3 hits a chopper over to second. Charging in is Hoffman. Takes it, flips to first. And that will end the inning. We are fields in Watertown. Our score after 5, Brookline 10, Belmont, Watertown 1. Due up in the top of the 6th for Brookline will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Ben Rosenblatt, Hoffman, and for Brookline will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Ben Rosenblatt, Hoffman, and important to note, the mercy rule in the Lou Tompkins League is 12 after 5, so if a team is up 12 runs or more at the completion of either a full 5 or a full 6 innings, then there's no need to play the full 7. Of course, Brookline would still need to put 3 more runs on the board to potentially trigger that mercy rule. For now, we march on, assuming this is going to go a full 7. At the plate for Brookline is the pitcher, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. First 2 pitches miss. First one low and away. Second one high and in. 2-0 the count. And Rosenblatt manages to check his swing on that pitch. They checked with the first base ump. They say he said he didn't go. 3-0 the count. That one down broad. That one does hit the zone, strike 2. And Rosenblatt fouls it, but into the catcher's glove, so that is strike 3. Rosenblatt down on strikes. Now up comes the second baseman, number 15, Owen Hoffman. First pitch and a clumsy. Hoffman got that big RBI double his last time up, but now with an 0-2 count. That one misses way outside, ball 1. That one comes in low, ball 2. And Hoffman hits a grounder here, right to the second baseman, fielded clean for out number 2. It's 2 down, base is empty. Now up the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. That one curves in, but not enough, it seems, as it looked like he called ball 1. Excuse me. Strike 1. That one's a swing. That one comes in high for ball 2. That one skips in the turf. Ball 3. And that's going to be ball 4 as that one got away from him. Klein will trot down to first. Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Single to right his last time up, came in to score on a passed ball. That one comes in high for ball 1. And Martino skies one high into shallow left. Couple players chasing after it. They couldn't catch it. It drops in, and no one was covering third, and so Klein races all the way down to third. Is on what's either an E6 or an E7. Sky-high ball, you know, someone's got a call for it, and being able to track it off that darkness will cause that ball to briefly disappear on its way up, and then you just got to try and track it on its way down while it's going terminal velocity. Mayfield-Sheehan hits a grounder over to short, fielded, long throw to first, and it's scooped off the for 3. So Brookline gets a couple runners on with 2 down, but cannot bring in anyone to score. Score remains 10-1 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for Belmont Watertown should be number 10, the player in the gray shirt, and number 5. They bring back Rosenblatt for a 3rd inning of work. He's got 2 shutout innings of relief to his name so far in this one.